My beloved child, I need you to stop right now. Stop whatever you are doing. Stop whatever you are thinking. Stop running from the very moment I have been preparing for you. Because I have something to say to you, and I will not be silent any longer. I have watched you carry weight that was never meant to be yours alone. I have seen you smile when your heart was shattered. I have heard the prayers you prayed in the dark when no one else was listening. And I am here now to tell you that not one single moment of your pain was invisible to me. Not one single night you spent crying was wasted. Not one single prayer you whispered into the silence fell to the ground unheard. I caught every word. I held every tear. I kept every promise I ever made to you, even the ones you thought I had forgotten. You are not here by mistake. You did not stumble into this moment. I drew you here. I called you to this very place, this very second, because the time has come for me to speak directly to your heart. There are things I need you to know. There are truths I need to plant so deep inside of you that no storm, no person, no voice of doubt will ever be able to uproot them. So asking you to let every distraction fall away. What I am about to say to you is meant to change the way you see yourself, the way you see your past, and the way you walk into your future. My child, I know your name. I know the number of hairs on your head. I know the dreams you have tucked away because life hurt them one too many times. I know the hope you keep trying to keep alive even when everything around you tells you it is foolish to keep hoping. And I want you to know something that I need you to truly hear. Your hope is not foolish. Your faith is not wasted. Every single seed of trust you have planted in me has been growing beneath the surface in ways you could not see. And the harvest is coming. The harvest is closer than you think. Do you remember the moment when everything fell apart? The moment when the life you had built seemed to crumble in front of you? The moment when the person you trusted walked away? When the door you were counting on closed? When the plan you had made fell to pieces? And you were left standing in the wreckage wondering what you had done wrong? I remember that moment. I was there. And I want you to understand something that perhaps you could not understand. Then, that falling apart was not the end of my plan for you. It was the beginning. What looked like destruction was actually me clearing the ground. What felt like loss was actually me making room. What seemed like the worst thing that could have happened to you was actually the very thing that redirected your steps toward something far greater than what you had originally imagined. I need you to hear this deeply, my child. I do not make mistakes. I do not accidentally allow things into your life that serve no purpose. Even the things that broke you, even the things that shook you to your very foundation, even the things you still do not fully understand, I was in all of them, not causing your pain, but using it, not celebrating your suffering, but redeeming it. There is a difference between a God who watches you hurt and does nothing, and a God who enters your hurt and transforms it from the inside out. I am the latter. I have always been the latter, and everything you have been through is being transformed right now in the very foundation of the testimony that will one day set others free. My child, let me tell you something about the season you are in. This is not an ordinary time. This is not just another chapter in your story. This is a moment of divine intersection, a place where heaven and earth are meeting on your behalf. There are things that have been locked up for you in the realm of the Spirit that are now being released. There are blessings that have had your name on them since before you were born, that are now finding their way into your hands. There are doors that have been closed and sealed that are now beginning to crack open. And I need you to be ready. I need you to stop looking backward long enough to see what is right in front of you. You have spent so much time replaying the past, the mistakes you made, the chances you missed, the words you wish you had never said, the words that were said to you that cut so deep you are not sure the well has ever fully healed. My child, I need you to hear me when I say this. Your past does not have the final word over your future. I do. And I have declared that your future is filled with hope. Your future is filled with purpose. Your future is filled with a kind of joy that the world did not give you, and therefore the world cannot take away. I am the author of your story, and I do not write stories that end in shame. I do not write stories that end in defeat. I write stories of redemption. I write stories of restoration. I write stories that make heaven rejoice and make the enemy furious. And your story is one of them. I want to speak to the part of you that has grown tired. The part of you that has been fighting for so long that you are not even sure what you are fighting for anymore. The part of you that wakes up some mornings and has to work hard just to find a reason to keep going. I see that part of you, and I do not judge it. I do not condemn it. I do not look at your exhaustion and call it weakness. I look at your exhaustion and I call it evidence. Evidence that you have been standing when others would have sat down. Evidence that you have kept going when every natural reason to stop was in front of you. Evidence that somewhere deep inside of you there is a flame that has not gone out. No matter how many winds have tried to extinguish it, that flame is my breath in you. That flame is my life in you. And I am telling you today that I am going to fan that flame into a fire that will light up not only your own life, but the lives of everyone around you. Type, yes, Lord, if you still believe, even when it is hard. My child, I want to talk to you about the people who left. The ones who promised they would stay and did not. The ones who said they believed in you and then disappeared when things got difficult. The ones whose absence left a wound so deep you are not sure you have ever let yourself fully feel it, because if you did, you were not sure you would survive it. I see those wounds. I know their exact shape and size. I know the names attached to them. And I want you to know that I allowed none of those departures without purpose. Every person who walked out of your life made room for something, or someone that is meant to be there. Not everyone who was meant to be a chapter in your story was meant to be the whole book. Some people came to teach you. Some came to strengthen you. Some came to reveal things in you that needed to be healed before you could receive what I have for you. And some left simply because they could not carry the weight of where I am taking you. Not because you were too much, but because your destiny is too great for small companions. I am bringing people into your life now who are aligned with your purpose. People who will not shrink back when the road gets hard. People who will speak truth to you even when it is uncomfortable. People who will stand with you in the fire and not just celebrate you in the sunshine. These are your people. They are being drawn to you even now. Some of them you have already met, but have not yet recognized. Some of them are on their way. Trust the process of the connections I am making, because I do not bring the wrong people into a life I have carefully planned. Type, yes, Lord, if you still believe, even when it is hard. My child, I want to talk to you about the people who left. The ones who promised they would stay and did not. The ones who said they believed in you and then disappeared when things got difficult. The ones whose absence left a wound so deep you are not sure you have ever let yourself fully feel it, because if you did, you were not sure you would survive it. I see those wounds. I know their exact shape and size. I know the names attached to them. And I want you to know that I allowed none of those departures without purpose. Every person who walked out of your life made room for something, or someone that is meant to be there. Not everyone who was meant to be a chapter in your story was meant to be the whole book. Some people came to teach you. Some came to strengthen you. Some came to reveal things in you that needed to be healed before you could receive what I have for you. And some left simply because they could not carry the weight of where I am taking you. Not because you were too much, but because your destiny is too great for small companions. I am bringing people into your life now who are aligned with your purpose. People who will not shrink back when the road gets hard. People who will speak truth to you even when it is uncomfortable. People who will stand with you in the fire and not just celebrate you in the sunshine. These are your people. They are being drawn to you even now. Some of them you have already met, but have not yet recognized. Some of them are on their way. Trust the process of the connections I am making, because I do not bring the wrong people into a life I have carefully planned. Now, my child, I want to speak about something that perhaps you have been afraid to bring before me, the thing you have kept hidden even in prayer, the shame that sits at the back of your heart and whispers that you are not clean enough, not good enough, not faithful enough to receive what I am promising. The memory of a choice you made that you cannot undo. The version of yourself you wish did not exist. I know what it is. I have always known, and I have never loved you any less because of it. My grace is not a reward for perfect behavior. My grace is a gift poured out on imperfect people who are willing to receive it. You are not disqualified by your past. You are not too far gone for my reach. I have not given up on you because of what you did or what was done to you. The cross was enough. My love is enough. And if I say you are worthy of this new season, then you are worthy. Regardless of what your own heart tries to tell you, do not let the enemy use your history against you. He will try. He will bring up the old things and wave them in your face and tell you that people like you do not get stories like this. But I am telling you now that the enemy is a liar. He has always been a liar. And the very thing he has tried to use to disqualify you is the very thing I am going to use as the testimony that sets others free. Your mess is becoming your message. Your test is becoming your testimony. Your darkest chapter is becoming the very place from which my light will shine the brightest. My child, let me paint you a picture of what is coming. I want you to see it before you hold it, so that when it arrives, your heart will be ready to receive it without fear. I am speaking of a peace that will settle over your life like a morning after a long storm. A peace that does not make sense given your circumstances, but exists anyway, because it comes from me. I am speaking of provision that will arrive in ways you did not plan and did not expect. Not just barely enough, but overflowing. Not just meeting the need, but exceeding it. I am speaking of healing in places that have been broken. For so long, you began to think that was just the way they were going to stay. Physical healing, emotional healing, healing in relationships that seemed too far gone, healing in areas of your mind that the enemy has used as his playground for far too long. I am evicting him. I am taking back what he stole, and I am restoring it with interest. I am speaking of a calling that will become clear to you in this season. Something you were made to do. Something that has been in you since before you were born. That is now going to rise to the surface with a clarity and a power that will surprise even you. You will look at it and think, how did I not see this before? And I will smile and say, because it was not time before. But it is time now. Say, open my eyes, Lord, if you are ready to see what I have been hiding for you. My beloved child, I need you to understand the weight of what I am about to say. You have been praying for a breakthrough, and the breakthrough has been praying for you. You have been seeking me, and I have been preparing the very answer to your seeking. The alignment of heaven is not slow. It is precise. I do not move in your life randomly. Every answer I give comes at the exact right moment. Not a day too early, and not a day too late. And the moments that felt too late to you were never too late to me. My timing does not operate on your calendar. My timing in your favor on the fullness behind of everything I have set in motion on your behalf. There have been things working, scenes that you had no knowledge of, conversations happening in rooms you were never in that were going to shape your future, opportunities being prepared that did not yet have a door, but were being built, connections forming between people who did not yet know each other, but who would one day be the bridge. I would use to carry you from where you are to where I am taking you. All of this was happening while you were waiting. All of this was happening while you were wondering if I had forgotten. I never forgot. I was working. I'm always working. Even when heaven seems silent, I am working. My child, I want to address the fear that sits at the base of your decisions and quietly talks you out of the things I am calling you toward. The fear that says it is too late. The fear that says you are too old or too young, too broken or too ordinary, too unknown or too damaged. The fear that wraps itself around your dreams and slowly squeezes the life out of them before they ever get the chance to breathe. I see that fear. I know where it came from. I know the experiences that planted it and the voices that watered it. And I am telling you today that its reign in your life is over. Perfect love casts out fear. And my love for you is perfect, even when yours for me is not. I'm casting fear out of your heart right now. I am replacing it with the courage that is not your own, but mine, living inside of you. I am replacing it with a boldness that will cause you to step toward the very things that once made you want to run. You were not made to live small. You were not created to hide. That secret you were not put on this earth to simply survive and shrink and watch other people live the kind of life you secretly believe was meant for you too. That is my voice in you, reminding you of what I made you for. Do not silence it. Do not apologize for it. Let it grow. Let it lead you. Let it push you through the doors I open even when every other voice is telling you to stay where it is safe. My child, safety is not always where I am calling you. Sometimes I am calling you into the deep. Sometimes I am calling you to a place where you cannot touch the bottom, and you have to trust that I will keep you afloat. And I will. I always have. Every time you have stepped out in faith and felt like you were going to sink, whose hand reached for yours? Every time you were in over your head, who breathed peace into your panic? Every time the water rose above where you could manage it alone, who calmed the storm? It was me. It has always been me. And if I carried you through everything behind you, do you not think I will carry you through everything ahead? Trust me with the uncertainty. Trust me with the parts of the plan you cannot yet see. Trust me with the version of your future that you cannot yet imagine. I see it. I designed it. And it is so much better than what you have been settling for in your imagination. Type, I trust you, Lord, if you are letting go of control right now. My beloved child, I want to speak to you about your identity, about who you actually are. Because I think somewhere along the way you believed a story about yourself that was never true. You believed the words of people who did not have the authority to define you. You believed the verdict of circumstances that were never meant to be your sentence. You took on labels that were never yours to carry. Broken, forgot, unwanted, too much, not enough, invisible, unworthy. My child, those are lies. Every single one of them. And I did not create you to live inside of a lie. You are chosen, not because you earned it, not because you are perfect, but because before the foundation of the world, I looked across the span of all of human history, and I called your name and I set you apart for a purpose that only you can fulfill. There is something in you that the world needs and that I specifically placed in you for this time. Your gifts are not accidental. Your personality is not a mistake. Your perspective, shaped by everything you have been through, is not a liability. It is an asset. It is the very thing that will allow you to reach people that no one else can reach, to touch hearts that no one else can touch, to speak to pain that only someone who has lived through it can truly speak to. You are not ordinary. I have never created anything ordinary. Everything that comes from my hand carries my mark. And you carry my mark. It is on you even now. Stop looking at yourself through the eyes of people who could not see it. Start looking at yourself through my eyes. I look at you and I see the finished work. I see the person you are becoming. I see the victory already written over your life. I see someone who is worth every sacrifice I made to call you mine. My child, I want to tell you what I see when I look at your future. I see laughter returning to a face that has been serious for too long. I see rest coming to a body that has been running on empty. I see clarity breaking through the fog of confusion that has clouded your mind and your decisions. I see relationships being restored that you thought were gone forever. I see finances shifting from a place of barely surviving to a place of genuine abundance. I see health being reclaimed. I see purpose coming into focus. I see joy, real and deep and lasting joy, settling into the rooms of your heart that have been empty for far too long. I see you standing on the other side of everything you are, currently walking through, looking back, and understanding at last why the road took the shape it did. And I see you with tears on your face, not from sorrow, but from overwhelming gratitude, saying thank you. Thank you for not giving me what I asked for when I asked for it. Thank you for closing the doors I wanted open. Thank you for the delays that I called delays, but you called preparation. Thank you for loving me enough to let me go through what I needed to go through so I could become who I needed to become. That moment is coming, and I'm asking you to hold on until you reach it. My child, the darkness you have been sitting in has not been punishment. It has been incubation. Seeds do not grow in light. They grow in the dark, in the quiet, in the hidden place where no one can see what is happening, but everything is changing. That is where you have been, and what has been growing inside of you during this season of darkness is more powerful than you know. When it breaks through the surface, and it will break through, it will not look like a small sprout. It will break through like something that has been building strength for a long time, like something that was made to last, like something that was worth every moment of the wait. Do not be ashamed of the season you are in. Do not be embarrassed that things have not moved as fast as you hoped. Do not compare your timeline to anyone else's, because your story has never been like anyone else's, and it was never meant to be. I wrote your story with intentionality, with love, with a precision that accounts for every detail of who you are, where you come from, what you have been through, and what you are capable of. I have factored in your weaknesses. I have worked around your limitations. I have built your path in a way that will showcase not your strength, but my faithfulness. Because at the end of your story, I do not want people to say how strong you were. I want them to say how good I am. Please share this message with someone who needs to hear it today. If this word has touched your heart, let someone else feel what you are feeling right now. My beloved child, as we come to the end of what I'm speaking to you today, I want to leave you with this. I am not finished with you. I have not used you up and set you aside. I'm not looking for someone younger, someone stronger, someone with less history or more talent. I chose you then, and I choose you still. The same love that reached for you in the beginning is the same love that is holding you right now, and it is the same love that will carry you all the way home. You have come through so much, and you are still here. That is not a coincidence. That is grace. That is my hand holding yours. Even when you did not know it was there, even when you tried to pull away, even when you told me you were done, I was not done with you. I am not done with you now. I will not be done with you until every single thing I put you on this earth to do has been accomplished. And even then, I will welcome you home with open arms and a love that has never wavered. So rise, my child. Rise from the place of defeat and step into the place of purpose. Rise from the place of shame and step into the place of grace. Rise from the place of fear and step into the place of faith. The path ahead is lit by my presence. The steps ahead are ordered by my hand. The doors ahead are opened by my authority, and nothing, absolutely nothing, that the enemy throws at you will be able to stop what I have decreed over your life. The season is shifting. The atmosphere is changing. What was is giving way to what shall be. And what shall be is greater than anything you have yet seen. I have not brought you this far to leave you. I have not carried you through fire only to let you be consumed. Now, I have not spoken promises over your life, only to let them die unfinished. I am a God who completes what He begins, and I began something in you that is going to be magnificent when it is finished. Hold on, my child. Keep your hand in mine. Keep your eyes on my face. Keep your heart close to my voice. The best of your story is not behind you. It is ahead of you, and I will be with you for every single page of it. Type Amen if you receive this word today, and share it with someone whose heart needs to hear that they have not been forgotten, that God is still working, that the best is still to come.